Hi, Crypto here. Okay, so I just want to look at what is actually going on with these deprecated farms on XExchange. Now, what these are ones where, for example, this one here, well, I've only got one, I was using MEX and eGold to create XMEX. Now, the MEX there is actually XMEX and not MEX, so it's the actual locked MEX. Now these farms are to be no longer. You can't create a new one, and the only option we've got is to withdraw, and I don't want to do that because I'm not sure what's going to happen. It does say here manual migration for XMEX or LKMEX farm positions now available. And it says the new MEX eGold farm is now live, exclusively accepting MEX LPs. Okay, so that's MEX and eGold. I also believe there's now a MEX and USDC one. Adding XMEX and LKMEX liquidities to this pool or farm is no longer possible. Rewards for the old farm will gradually phase out. Okay. And it says refer to deprecated positions section above to identify positions eligible for migration. Okay, so I can't migrate this because I've got XMEX and not MEX. There might be some MEX there, but it will be minimal, so there's no point doing that as far as I can see. If anybody knows different, tell me about it in the comments. So what I want to know is this bit here, rewards for the old farm will gradually phase out. Knowing MultiversX, that probably means they're almost gone already, but I want to find out. So it is that day when I can do the claim. Now I've not done a claim since the new farm arrived and the old farm became deprecated, so it's been about a week. So I think we should find out what actually happens. So let's just look at these figures here. So the deprecated farm is at the moment worth 12.56k. Okay, so if I go view, that's that one there. This is the bit I don't understand here. It says farms 179. Okay, I don't actually know what that is. Oh, okay, so it looks like I've got some liquidity positions that are tiny. This is a Quowat eGold one, which is worth $2.66. Yeah, they're all tiny. Okay, so let's not worry about those too much. I haven't got any staking positions. So my liquid tokens are these ones. So you see there is a little bit of MEX. There's 53 cents worth of MEX. And I've got some Zoid Pay there and other little bits. Okay, so nothing very exciting really. I suppose there's eGold worth 386. I might see if I can find a better home for that, and some wrapped eGold as well. Okay, so we know where we are. The other thing I want to look at is the energy value here. So it says 73%. That took a while to appear. So I kind of wish it would give better values for these, like all the numbers, because I'm probably not going to see that change much, am I? So I suppose these are the numbers here, aren't they? Ah, look, farm. So that is the XMEX that's in that farm. So in the earn section, the meta bonding is now gone. So the only thing this earns is what you get here, as far as I can see. Okay, let's claim the rewards, see what happens. Okay, so that says $312.29. So base rewards of $71.77. Energy rewards of 240. So that's locked MEX. So this is mostly locked tokens I'm going to get, isn't it? So let's do a claim. Okay, well, there's 7 things to sign there on XPortal. And okay, this is working better than it did last week, because last week it didn't seem to sort of clear that out properly. So have I got more XMEX? That's the question. Okay, so I've just pulled up this screenshot from last week's video. This is how things ended. So there was 14 bunches of XMEX there, totaling up to that number there, 2 billion. No, hang on, 2.966 billion. Okay, and this week we're on 15 bunches of XMEX, totaling 3.017 billion. So there is an increase. How much is that? So that actually works out at a percentage increase of 1.719%. Okay, well that's all right. So it seems that the farm is still producing XMEX. That's great. And the other thing to note here is that this is a screenshot from earlier in the video, and the energy has increased to 2.54 billion, so it was 2.5. So what it means, I've now got 3.44 billion locked MEX. I had 3.39, so the amount of locked MEX has gone up. I don't know why it says locked MEX there. It should just say XMEX, shouldn't it, really? The charge is still the same, 73%, and the energy has gone from 2.5 billion to 2.54 billion. Okay, so without me relocking XMEX, the energy is going up and I'm producing XMEX. So for me, that's okay to leave that deprecated farm there until 2027, when the XMEX in it becomes unlockable, or rather unlockable with no fine. Okay, right, just to clarify this, I'm going to do this with my smaller account because I just want to make sure I've got all the data. Okay, so this is the account that I log into with my DeFi wallet. What I've got here, I've got some tokens. Deprecated farm's worth $365. Let's have a look at these tokens. So what have I got? Okay, I've got a little bit of eGold, a little bit of wrapped eGold. Then it's mostly XMEX. Okay, so 11 batches of XMEX. And the final one unlocks October the 16th, 2028, right? And my total balance of XMEX is 64.096 million. Right, so 64,096,627. Okay, so let's remember that figure there. Liquid tokens are all tiny. There's like $1.19 of USDC, and like buck's worth of wrapped eGold and $1.50 of light eGold. Okay, so this was last harvested on Friday the 29th of November. That was 8 days ago. So let's see what I get when I harvest this. So it says $10.93. Okay, so claim all. $10.93. Claim. Okay, so signing transaction 1 of 5. Okay, what have I got now? Okay, so I've now got this additional lot here that unlocks on November the 15th, 2028. My total XMEX now is 65,907,608. Okay, let's do some maths. So we ended up with that amount of MEX, starting off with that amount. So if we subtract those, we get that. And then we divide that by, it's in the memory, divide that by what we had originally, equals that. Multiply that by 100 to get a percentage. And that actually comes out 2.82%, which surprises me actually. That seems to be quite high. So I think we're looking at something like between 1 and 2% a week, aren't we? So let's just say it's 1% a week. So I think we can probably comfortably say that that deprecated farm is still producing XMEX at the moment at about 50% APR. Now I do think the fact that I calculated over 2%, I do think the 1% is more realistic. Just because the amount we got this week seemed quite high compared to last week. So I think the realistic amount is probably going to be about 1%. But that's okay, isn't it? The only thing is, that is in XMEX, which is locked for 4 years. And we don't have a clue what the price of MEX is going to be in 4 years' time. I would hope it would be more. The tokenomics suggest that it should be, but you never know. Now, I know a lot of people will be thinking, well, surely if I had more energy, I would be getting more XMEX. And yeah, sure, you can do that. You can come to here, and then you can create a new energy position. And they made it really easy to do, actually. It's just a matter of clicking the asset you've got, deciding how long you want to lock it up for, and then increasing your energy. And for a lot of people, that might be a good thing to do. I'm not going to do that. The reason I'm not going to do that is because I'm actually about twice the age of my average viewer. And I will want access to my tokens in 2027 and beyond. I don't want to personally be locking stuff up for 4 years. But if you're young, if you're in your 20s or 30s, then that might be a good option for you. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And while you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. Do like the video, of course. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you can't find anyone to do your own research, you should do it yourself, like I did.